Assalamu alaikum, family. How's everyone doing? This is my last video. I'm on. I won't be on here long. I'm gonna try not to be on here long. But it's time for the bread and circuses. And by bread and circuses, I mean entertainment, sports. Get some water. It's a lot better. Hope everyone's doing good. But yeah, I thought I'd say this video for last. This is the bread and circuses. The last two videos were serious, especially the first one. So hope everyone is doing well. And like I always say, in the likelihood, if you have one of those days, always remember, tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God. He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So, I don't know for those of you who watched the NBA All Star game and then the festivities before that, but from what I've been hearing, that it was utter garbage. I think the only thing that was good was the 3-point contest. The skills competition was garbage. The rising stars, I heard that was garbage. Oh, what else? The dunk contest was won by a player who's not even on an active NBA roster for the third straight year. This guy, McClung, the white kangaroo is what they calling him, won the dunk contest for a third straight year. The man isn't even on an active NBA roster. He's in the G League. It's crazy. This guy can't get a 10th, 11th, or 12th man a spot. It's crazy, but that's the NBA. So it was held out here across the bridge in San Francisco. I live right outside Oakland, but it was right outside San Francisco. I know they had some festivities down the street from me over at Oracle Arena, which used to be the home of the Warriors. They had the celebrity game there and an HBCU game there as well. I believe it was there too. But they had events in Oakland, but the main events were in San Francisco with the skills competition, the dunk contest, and the 3-point contest, and then the All Star game. I was at work, so I didn't get to see any of this, and I'm glad I didn't. I missed it, and I guess I'm so glad I didn't miss anything. So I'm glad I missed it. The dunk contest again. I mentioned that All Star game. They did a format where it was Kenny Smith's team against Charles Barkley's team, and the first team to 40 points advanced to play the winner of Candace. What's her name? Candace Moore, her team against Shaq's team, and that winner faced Charles Barkley's team. So Charles Barkley's team beat Kenny Smith's team, and Shaq's team beat Candace Moore's team. I almost want to say Candace Owens. Candace Moore. They beat her team. Um, so again, the first team to 40 points won. Steph Curry was the MVP. How convenient with him being MVP. The game was in his home arena in San Francisco, so of course he was going to be MVP. He hit he hit a 3-point shot with ease from half court. The shot that's launched from half court hit it with ease. But it's a joke because you had guys on these teams who weren't all stars, guys who weren't even voted as all stars on the team playing with all stars. That's a problem in and of itself, right there. They don't allow that in baseball. You don't have some 2 or 3 season player who hasn't earned his stripes yet playing with Giancarlo Stanton or Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani. You're not going to have that in a Major League Baseball All Star game. In the NFL, You're not going to have some rookie or 2-year player, 3-year player who hasn't earned his stripes being in a Pro Bowl, even though the Pro Bowl's a joke now because it's going to turn into flag football. My point in saying this is that you're not going to have a player who hasn't earned them stripes have the honor of playing with an all-star. But in the NBA, they did it. They did it. It's crazy. The game was utter garbage. And now you having Draymond Green saying the NBA is boring, and Charles Barkley blaming this generation of players for destroying the NBA. No other league has this, where the older generation are blaming the younger generation, and the younger generation saying the game is boring. The NBA is on life support. It's on life support. It's not the game that I grew up loving. I remember in the All-Star game, you had Isaiah throwing a pass off the backboard and Michael Jordan catching it with one hand and dunking it. You had Dominique Wilkinson, Larry Bird busting threes from all over the court. You had Dr. J. His last All-Star game, Isaiah gave up his starting spot so that Dr. J could start. You had Kevin McHale, Moses Malone, Magic with the behind the back passes, Kareem with the sky hook doing this thing, James Worthy. You had 3 of the Showtime Lakers in the All-Star game. You had 3 of those dominant Celtic teams with their players in the All-Star game: Robert Parrish, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, the big 3. You had Michael Jordan, his acrobatics in the All-Star game. You had Dominique Wilkins. You had Isaiah. And then first it was Isaiah, Kelly Tripucka, and Bill Laimbeer. They were up and coming. And then years later, you had Isaiah, Joe Dumars, and Dennis Rodman on the All-Star team. Charles Barkley with the 76ers. Him and Maurice Cheeks. Sometimes it was Charles by himself. You had Mark Aguirre when he was with Dallas, and Rolando Blackman. Tom Chambers, who won MVP in '87 in Seattle. Karl Malone and John Stockton. I just miss those days. Shawn Kemp. I miss those days. Years later, it was Kobe and Shaq, Allen Iverson, the original AI, Tracy McGrady, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. These great players, Dirk Nowitzki, Chris Webber, representing Sacramento. Great players. Kobe doing this thing. I just miss those days. Then you had the year where the Pistons sent 4 players: Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Tim Duncan, David Robinson. Now it's a joke. It's just an utter joke now. This whole and then the icing on the cake was at the last minute, damn near at the last minute, LeBron James, oh, I'm not playing, I'm injured. He pulled that shit at the last minute. The last minute. That spot could have went to someone who was deserving of it. That could have went to an alternate. But that's the arrogance of LeBron. They let him get away with it. Adam Silver is a coward. He let LeBron get away with this shit. It's bad enough. LeBron hired pretty much not hired, but he was influential in his buddy, his podcast partner, being the coach of the Lakers. If that wasn't bad enough, he made the Lakers convince him to draft his son, who's garbage. I'm sorry, Bronny James is garbage. Actually, sorry, not sorry. Bronny James should have stayed in his ass in school at USC and gotten better. That boy's game is garbage. He can't defend, he can't shoot. His game needs to develop. But LeBron had the Lakers draft him. Now he's going from the G League to the Lakers to play on the roster. That is ridiculous. It's a joke. It's pathetic. Now this shit here at the last minute, fans pay their money. LeBron fans pay they want to see this man play his 21st straight All-Star game, and at the last minute, damn near at the last minute, oh, I'm not playing. I won't be in uniform tonight. It's an utter joke. But he's supposed to be the GOAT. Could you imagine Michael Jordan at the last minute doing some shit like this? Kobe Bryant, Kareem, Bill Russell, they never would have done this. Never, ever would have done this. But LeBron does it, and no one bats an eye. Especially LeBron disciples. They don't bat an eye. None at all. They make excuses for him. This is fine. Then you had the worst trade probably in sports history, definitely in NBA history, when you sent and when the Lakers sent an injury-prone Anthony Davis to Dallas for Luka Doncic, a generational talent. There's a rumor that AD may have a hernia. That's going to end his season. This trade benefited the Lakers in the long run, in the short term and in the long run, actually. And it's a joke for that this trade should have never happened. It was an utter joke. An utter joke. You have a generational talent, a young man who hasn't even turned 26 yet. I think Luka Doncic turned 26 next week. Not even in his prime. He led y'all to the NBA Finals, and y'all trade him away for 35 cents on the dollar for injury-prone Anthony Davis, who's possibly going to be out for the season. Smart move, Nico Harrison. Smart move. I don't agree with the fact that you're receiving death threats. I don't agree with that. That's crazy. That's taking it too far. But you didn't do anything to be in the good graces of Maverick fans. Fans down there are getting kicked out the games for misbehaving because they're upset. They're pissed off. I don't blame them. However, I would not have sent that man any death threats. That's taking it too far. That's that's going beyond sports. Now you're getting personal. And what you're doing is criminal. It's criminal behavior. I would never have taken it that far. But yeah, I would have been cutting up at the games with signs saying stuff. Get rid of Nico, fire Nico, or something like that. I would have done that. But threaten a man's life, no. I couldn't do that. But that's the NBA. The NBA is on life support. It ain't looking good for it. And I blame Adam Silver. I blame LeBron James. Them two culprits. Because Adam Silver is gutless. He is gutless. He's a coward. He's pathetic. He wants to appease the Europe and Mexico and these communities, the LGBTQ plus IA community, the the alphabet, all these communities, the Democrats, the liberals. I shouldn't not so much the LGBTQ plus IA, but he want to appease liberals, the white liberals. That's who he want to appease. And they're so fixated on globalism. And it's them bled into the NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NHL. All four of our sports have gone to a globalistic agenda. They want to play their games in Europe. They want to play games in Mexico, Brazil. Basketball is an American game. Michael Jordan took the NBA to a whole nother level. Larry Bird and Magic Johnson saved the NBA. They saved basketball here in the United States. Michael Jordan transcended it around the world where people want to play our game. Now we have adopted European rules, a European format, and it's no longer an American sport. It's no longer a sport that those of us in the hood enjoyed on the playground in New York City, in Philly, in Chicago, in Detroit, in LA, in DC. It's no longer that game. It's become globalistic now. Become a global game, a European game, European rules, European format. No longer physical. Shoot threes. No longer a team game. It's on life support. They don't care about the average fan. They don't care. Adam Silver and a lot of these NBA stars, they don't care about the fan, the average fan. They care about the globalists. That's who they want to appease. White liberals, rich, wealthy white liberals. That's what the NBA is for now. No longer is it for us. Not even the working class white fan. It's not even for them any longer. It's not for definitely not for the black fans. Again, it's for wealthy white liberal fans. They want globalism. It's gone to the point I could count how many NBA games I've watched this season. And it pains me to say that because my Detroit Pistons are doing well this year for the first time in forever. In like it seemed like a decade, my Pistons are finally starting to play well. We finally got a superstar. We finally got some players around him that are buying into the team concept. We finally got a coach. We finally got a coach who is purveying a message that the players are buying into. And shout out to JB Bickerstaff. Shout out to Cade Cunningham on earning an NBA All Star nod. He was a reserve. Shout out to Cade Cunningham. They're playing great. They still got a ways to go, but you can see that the future is bright for my Pistons. And I hate to say that because the NBA has become garbage. It's become utter garbage. What is it going to take to get it back? Or is it far too gone? Is it going to end up dying? It's on life support. Could it be saved? What's going to save the NBA? Draymond Green said the NBA is boring. He's not wrong. Charles Barkley said that this generation of players destroyed the NBA. He's not wrong. Two things can be true at the same time. They're both right. They're both to blame. So the older generation didn't do anything for we're leaving the league in good hands. We're encouraging today's players to keep the game. Keep it in good hands. Respect the game. These players don't respect the game. Look at Joel Embiid. This man don't want to play. That's what I'm talking about. This man don't even he talking about a lot of players don't even want to play 82 games. They want to play 60 games. And Joel Embiid don't even play that many. After he signed that massive contract, he told the Philly Sixers, I am not playing in back to backs. What kind of shit is that? He waited until that he got that after he got that bag and told him, I'm not playing in back to backs. But his ass played in Paris for the Olympic in the, for Team USA in the Olympics. It's become an utter joke. It's pathetic. I hate what the NBA has become. Like hip hop, I hate what hip hop has become. And it's two things that I love as a child coming up: the NBA and hip hop, the NFL too, and baseball. But none of these sports are not what they is not the sports I love coming up. I don't want to even get on boxing, which is my first love. Yes, that's right. Boxing is my first love. I don't even want to get on that. How pathetic that's become. The NBA needs to go back to its old format: East versus West. It needs to go back to 8 teams in the Eastern Conference, 8 teams in the Western Conference. No more of this play-in bullshit. I get it for the COVID year, okay, but it should have went back to the old format. This play-in tournament shit is ridiculous. It's garbage. Go back to 8 teams in the East, 8 teams in the West. If those teams are not among those 8 teams, you don't make the playoffs. I don't care if you are uh, whatever seed you are, ninth, 10th, 11th. That's ridiculous. Get away from that. Get away from that. Get away from this in-season tournament. That's ridiculous. That's some shit they got from Europe. Get rid of that. Get rid of this in-season tournament. That's garbage. And Greg Popovich, he's to blame for destroying the game. Resting players. Okay, you may not want them to play a whole game. I get it. But let them play some. I don't want them to get injured. This never would have happened in 80s and 90s, and early 2000s. But this is where we at. We gave them an inch and they've taken a country mile. They've taken 5 country miles. And that's a long, long distance. So this is where we at now. They need to go back to what made NBA great. They need to go back to the days of the NBA is fantastic. They need to go back to them days. There was nothing wrong with the old way. Nothing wrong with it at all. There were no complaints. But the NBA's elite, those in the hierarchy, they wasn't pleased with that. They wanted to appease white liberals, wealthy white liberals, and Europe and Europe. They want to appease other countries instead of staying the course of what worked with them or what worked for them. Instead of staying the course and holding to their guns. They wanted to appease the Europeans, appease Mexico and Brazil. And it's destroyed the game. And it's on life support and it's about to die. Allow LeBron James to just do what he want to do. I don't want to play in the All-Star game. I'm going to decide at the last minute I'm not going to suit up. But I'm going to come on stage and I'm going to be that's crazy. That spot could have went to a deserving alternate. That was wrong. And I know LeBron disciples are going to disagree with me. That's fine and dandy. That's your right. But wrong is wrong and right is right. And that shit was wrong. And I know that's y'all man and all, and y'all worship him, but it's wrong. That's right. I said it. It's wrong. I'm gonna hop off of here. I think that's what I'm gonna land my plane on this topic. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. I know there are going to be people who disagree with me on this, even though it's bread and circuses, it's a sport. In the grand scheme of things, it's not important. But I know people are going to disagree with me on this. That's their right. But in your disagreements, use logic, common sense, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect. We have got to learn to agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Let's learn that, y'all. Share this video, share it. Support my YouTube channel here and my future projects. Be greatly appreciated. I need y'all love and support, so please continue to support your brother. Brothers as well as sisters, y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware. No matter what you're doing throughout the day or plan on doing, beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. It's starting to get dusk out here, a little dark. So I'm gonna hop off of here, get me something to eat. I'm hungry. So y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. I love y'all. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and drop your comments. Again, let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Let's do that, y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Inshallah. I love y'all. Have a blessed and wonderful day. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.